Welcome back to the Shy City Boys podcast. I'm Carl Liza. This is Jack Thiel. How you doing today, Jack?
Good. A little tired, but
Yeah,
probably the nicest day in Chicago yesterday since summer, honestly. It was like 50s out, no wind really. Died a little bit, but I think, kind of the weather is starting to pick up into that. Um,
yeah, I completely agree. Uh, to our fans, sorry, no episode last week. I had tragic news in my family, and I had to take time away.
we're
But
all
we are
good.
back. We are back, and we
This is like a 2-in-1 show.
2-in-1 show. Yeah. So first off, we're going to talk about the Bulls. They've had three games since the All Star break. They beat the Hawks. They lost against the Grizzlies, and then they lost against the Heat last night. Ja Morant put up a career high 52 points against us, and then who ran the show? Tyler Hero had 20 points against us last night.
Well, thankfully,
Those are two top contending teams right now, Jack. What are your thoughts? What can we think about going forward?
yeah, and I think, we've honestly over the course of this show, we've said, when the Bulls get healthy, this and the Bulls get healthy, that. But, it's starting to kind of sound like a broken record at this point. Look, I get it. No, Ball and Caruso and P. Will is very important. I'm not saying that's not it, but it's, like, it's just like, you got to win some of these games. I mean, and be close. I mean, last night was against the Heat. That was just an embarrassment. I mean, it seems like the like energy and the physicality is just not there within this team, and you just wonder, where is it going to be? Like, is it really going to take these guys to come back to get it? And you know, I think the one against the Grizzlies, you can really look at these injuries because Alex Caruso and Lonzo Ball would have been the ones guarding Ja Morant, and he wouldn't have put up 40 points on us. So I think that's
52.
one. No, that was not 52. That was last night down against us.
You talk about the other time.
Yeah.
Oh no, 46.
He didn't put up 40, 50, but so that's the one. I mean, they came back, made it close, but I mean, they just had a terrible start. Last night they just got outplayed, and whether they're healthy or not, that's just terrible. They played. DeMar's streak was over. Levine didn't really get a chance. Really didn't do much until the third, fourth quarter. Vuk had a decent game, but other than that, it was just rough. And I think that Miami is a team that you're obviously going to have to beat / play to make the finals or make the Eastern Conference finals. So these are games where you feel like shit, but you do learn a lot about it after. And I think, guys like Caruso, Ball, and P. Will sitting on that bench watching this happen, it makes them hungrier to come. And, with P. Will and Caruso doing drills yesterday, obviously that's good. Lonzo Ball's beginning running again. So, we said that, probably going to see these three guys out there the last 10 regular season games. So
And there is 20 games left in the season.
yeah, so there's 20 left. I mean, geez, they have two huge games this week. They have, I believe,
They have
the
this
Bucks.
week Thursday they have the Hawks, Friday the Bucks,
Okay.
and then Monday the Sixers.
So yeah, I mean,
So
even just that stretch, they
big
do
games.
they do have the hardest remaining schedule in the NBA, and
Yeah.
obviously you want to be healthy, but at the same time, not every team is 100% as well. The Heat, they didn't have Oladipo or Kyle Lowry last night. Those are two big pieces to their team. So
Yeah.
I think that conversation of when they get healthy this and when they get healthy that. I mean,
We need to talk about now.
don't get us wrong. That's obviously true. Like, they're going to be such a better team when they get healthy, but are we really going to rely on 2 point guards and a second year power forward? Like, that's my problem with this one.
Yeah.
I think we'll be fine when they come back, but the fact that we're not competitive against top Eastern teams, I mean, you remember the Nets game a while back ago, and we were even healthy for that, So I think this Friday night is going to really tell you a lot about this Bulls team. You're at the United Center, and I get it, they have a game before this, but you're at the United Center Friday night. Vaccine mandates, all that shit's lifted, and it's the Bucks and Bulls. Grayson Allen is back, and everybody hates him. I think Friday night could really tell you something about this Bulls team, because they need to do something, and they need to do it fast.
Yeah, before we lost to the Grizzlies, we were on a 6-game winning streak. So I'd like to see that happen again, especially with these tough matchups coming up forward. And you speak about LaVine, DeRozan ending his streak, Vooch kind of having a good game. Right now, the leaders in points for us is still DeMar at 28 points. Vooch is averaging 11.6, so let's round that up to 12. And then DeMar is leading us in assists also. And then Vooch is leading us in steals at one a game. And then Vooch is leading us in blocks at 1.2.
Well, I think that steals one should be put to rest. We all know Caruso would be leading the team in steals if he was playing.
Yeah, when he was playing, he was like leading the league.
He was like leading the league
in steals.
So I mean,
it's okay.
Give that to Caruso.
Caruso's been out for a month or two. Ball's been out, and then Williams been out since the beginning of the season. I feel like as long as we make the playoff and we get everyone back healthy, we'll be good.
Yeah, and I think, we should definitely try different lineups. Well, we have the opportunity.
I did like the pickup of Tristan Thompson that we got.
I was thinking
we got him from waivers or buyout market.
I was thinking about this in the shower yesterday.
Shower thoughts.
I was thinking we should implement a starting five out there. It should be Ayo, LaVine, DeRozan, Thompson, and Vooch. I'd really like us to see us go big for once. We've never been a big team this year. And look what happened against the Grizzlies. I mean, Jaren Jackson's their power forward, and he's 6'11". So, and I think the biggest thing is about the Eastern Conference is there isn't many good guards as compared to the Western Conference. The Western Conference, you can play small ball because you have to worry about guys like Booker, Chris Paul, Curry, Thompson, John Morant. But on the Eastern side, you don't really have to worry about point guards. I mean, it's Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, I guess, but she's like a shooting guard, small forward at this point. Bam Adebayo, who's a center. You look at a team like the 76ers, Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, the Bucks, Giannis, Middleton. So I feel like I would like to see it. I'm not saying it has to be like real, but like just Thompson and Vooch in the same lineup. I would like to see how that works. I think we just have to go big at some point and just see how it goes. But before that, I mean, I really am intrigued to see how the lineup plays out, because I really do feel like, and don't get me wrong, I love Javonte Green. I think he's an awesome player, but I don't think you can keep putting him at power forward or small forward and putting DeMar at power forward. I really think when P. Will comes back, he needs to start. Or like I said, I think you need to try it, Tristan Thompson at power forward, because I think just like a new look down low, better chance of getting rebounds. If you watch the Grizzlies game, they bullied us in the paint on offense. So I think that's something that we should try, is like just putting those two guys together. That'd be so much body in there. And I mean, you still have LaVine and DeRozan to score alongside Ayo. So I really feel like that lineup could, be something, because I think the Bulls realized one thing last night. they're not going to outscore every team. You're going to have to play defense to win, and the Heat just showed them that.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I personally don't want to see Thompson in the starting lineup, but that's just me. I think he could be one of the better backup bigs in the league. But I know what you're saying about big and Javonte Green, not that big for power forward. And us playing DeMar at the 4 is not going to work. Especially, are we going to have him guard Giannis in the playoffs? Are we
See,
going to have him guard
that's my
Durant?
thing. That's so
No.
when we played them last time, it was Vuk. I know Vuk, that DeRozan was in there. We were really small. And I think, I don't know how we were in that game, honestly, now I'm thinking about it. But that's the thing that you miss with P. Will so bad is that, look, I'm not saying he's
Interior presence, yeah.
I'm not saying he's locked down defender, but the dude is 6'8", 6'9", and one of the most athletic guys on the team.
The Paul.
Like, we don't have an athletic guy like that with that size anymore.
Yeah.
I mean Derek Jones Jr., I guess, but he's skinny. He doesn't have weight.
And he's still out.
No, he's not. He's in.
Oh, he's not. Oh,
He's been on. So I think maybe you can. I maybe try that Derek Jones Jr. a power forward, because he's like what, 6'8", but he can jump to where he's like 7'1", 7'2". So
and he's been in the league for a while, and he's still only 24.
Yeah, he's a young
there's
kid.
There's still untapped potential with him.
So I think, honestly, if you're not trying to play like Tristan Thompson in there while P. Will's out, I would like to see maybe Derek Jones Jr. get some more opportunities. And he hustles too. So I would like to see, if, no Thompson at power forward, I would like to see Jones get that starting opportunity and just see how it works. It doesn't have to be permanent, just see how it works.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. So let's go over the standings right now. We were tied with Miami going into the All-Star break, but we won the first game after the All-Star break and lost the last 2. Miami is 2 games ahead of us in first place, so we are the second seed. Philadelphia is behind us by one game. Cleveland Cavaliers, still shocking the world, making the playoffs right now. They're 2.5 games back from us. And then Milwaukee is also 4.5. And then we got at number 6 Boston, who's been lining up the scoreboards lately, who's been winning a lot of games. They're only 5.5 back. And then in the playoff tournament right now, it would be Toronto and Brooklyn, and then Charlotte and Atlanta.
I'm not really worried about Cleveland. I think Cleveland's going to fall. I think.
Well, they also are a very young team.
I'm just saying. I don't think they're gonna. I think they're gonna fall. I would.
Right now, they would be slated to play Milwaukee in the first round, and I think Giannis would destroy Mobley, destroy whoever guards them. Kevin Love, if he comes in the game, they're gonna get. I personally think 4-0 swept if they play Milwaukee in the playoffs first round.
And here's the thing that kind of sucks if you're not the number 1 seed in this East this year. If you're not the number 1 seed, you're gonna have to play a team that can easily make a run to the NBA Finals, because the number 1 seed is gonna get to play teams like what's their name? Charlotte and Atlanta. Those teams aren't gonna do much.
Well, they could play Toronto or Brooklyn.
No, that would be the 2nd seed, and that would be the Bulls.
No, 7 and 8 play for the 7th seed, and then the loser of that plays the winner of the 9 and 10.
Yeah, but the loser of that game still has a chance.
Yeah, well,
that's what I'm saying. So like, that's what sucks for the Bulls, because they're not gonna finish first. I think they'll finish 3rd or 4th, and they're gonna have to play a team in the first round of the playoffs, like Boston, Toronto, Brooklyn with Ben Simmons, and KD. So I mean,
and Kyrie.
Not at Brooklyn, no.
It's up in the air if they're gonna take it away.
My point is, it's just this team really needs to do some looking in the mirror and look at themselves and be like, yeah, we don't have a win against Miami. We don't have a win against the Sixers. We don't have a win against Milwaukee. We have a win against Boston. We have a win against Toronto. We have a win against Brooklyn. I mean, they beat all these teams in the playoffs or the play-in and playoffs besides Miami and the 76ers and Milwaukee. Milwaukee, in my opinion, they have to make a stand against this Milwaukee. And that's my opinion. I think one team, if you want to show people like, damn, they're for real, gotta kick Milwaukee's ass. I think they play them twice, but I think
Three more times.
3 more times in 20 games. Jeez.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a big stretch for the Bulls. They have these games coming up. I know they have a doubleheader road trip against the Jazz and the Suns. And then they still, like I said, they still got to play Milwaukee. They still got to play, I believe, the Cavs still. I mean, so I think this obviously Billy Donovan says it the best. And still got to play the Heat again, actually, and the Celtics. So, these are the games I prepare you for the playoffs. And I know the record may not be what you want it to be, but I think the Bulls will really learn a lot. And the thing I like about our schedule is a lot of our hard games are at the end of the year. So when Caruso, Ball, and P will come back, they're going to get in the like good teams. So they're definitely going to have to work their ass off. So I know it's like rough, but like obviously we're going to make the playoffs. And I think the biggest thing is just trying to string a couple of wins. I don't think we're going to see a win streak bigger than 4 for the Bulls the rest of the year. I really don't. I think 3 is the biggest win streak if we have any. It's going to be and I could be totally wrong, but like it's going to be a very interesting 20 games left. It can be really good. It can be really bad.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. So one last thing to talk about the Bulls. Wait, hold on. I might be lying to you. Yeah, I'm lying to you. Okay, let's move on to the Chicago Bears. A couple things here. One, it looks like they're going to be moving to Arlington Heights with the completion of the sale in 2023. So in about 6 months.
Well, they would have the deal made in 2023. Stadium ain't going to be ready till like 2029.
Oh yeah, it's not going to be ready for a while, but it looks like they're going to be buying Arlington Heights, whatever it is, field.
We had a racetrack. It's a horse
racetrack.
Yeah.
And they're going to be built. We're not suggesting. We're probably going to be seeing a new Bears stadium.
I'm so happy. You don't understand how much I want this.
Yeah, I've been to Wrigley Field once, and it was an awful experience. I had to walk up all the way to the nosebleed.
Wait, you mean Soldier Field, right?
What did I say?
You said Wrigley Field, so that makes me feel.
Did I say? I didn't.
Yes,
say
you
Wrigley.
did. No, I started my life. You said Wrigley
Field, Soldier
awesome.
Field. I love Wrigley Field.
I
love Wrigley Field.
Wrigley Field is a terrible experience.
Soldier Field sucks. Field sucks.
This is, I'm going to say this straight up. For the Bears fans that are like, oh, it's going to be an indoor stadium that ruins tradition. Oh, my God, it's not in the heart of Chicago. Who gives a shit? Like,
it's still going to be the Chicago Bears.
$6 billion stadium. We're going to be able to host the college football playoffs championship.
We might be able to host a fucking Super Bowl.
That's true. You kind of beat me to that one. A Final Four in basketball. Yeah, Carl, we can host your wrestling stuff too.
We already, yeah. But
that's my thing. It's like this stadium brings in so many opportunities, and it's right next to a casino as well. So this is just, I think, a great opportunity for the Bears to get out of that shitty Soldier Field. And look, I get it. It's not like Soldier Field, but who gives a shit? We're not winning. We're not
don't
winning.
get me wrong. Soldier Field, historic. But who gives a fuck?
I don't think Soldier Field. I really haven't seen the Soldier Field a home field advantage in the last 2 years. Get a brand new. This is what they're gonna do. So Justin Fields is gonna be playing really well. He's gonna be throwing the ball. Bears probably make the playoffs a couple of times. When he's in his prime, it's when the Bulls are gonna be ready to move to whatever it's called stadium.
The Bears.
I really wonder what they will name, because Chicago's had hit or miss on naming stadiums, and a lot.
United Center we like. Soldier Field is okay.
The Sox usually used to have a good one. U.S. Cellular Field was really good.
Or even before that, Kaminsky Park.
So like I
And
don't
Wrigley's
know.
a great name.
'Cause,
I
like,
know you hate the Cubs, but
Wrigley's a
Wrigley
shit
Field's a
name.
good name.
I don't know like what you would name it like.
It'd probably be after a sponsor.
Well, no, I know that, but that's the thing. Like, what would it be like? I really don't know like what would sponsor. Like, because honestly, I feel like technology companies are really getting invested.
Portillo's Arena. Portillo's
I don't think
Stadium.
Portillo's has that much money to be investing that.
Hey, you never know.
I don't know. I'm trying to think because Allegiant and SoFi aren't like your average companies. Those are the two
No.
newest stadium names.
Maybe Goodyear. Do they have a?
I'm trying to think of like a popular like Chicago brand, you know?
I can't really think of it.
Yeah, I really don't. I don't even.
Yeah,
I don't
we'll
know
come
what
up with
they
names.
would name it.
We'll come up with names in the following episode.
I feel like
right now.
Wait, I got one.
Okay. What is it?
Did you say Goodyear?
Yeah.
No, that's where I heard it. Okay, I got one
Oh.
more. Had it. Hold up.
You don't. Okay. Oh no, I know what you're gonna say.
No, I don't know.
It's on your shirt.
Dude, that would be interesting. Actually,
Barstool Stadium.
That'd be the first Barstool. Dude, I don't think they have enough money for that.
Dave Portnoy, come on, man, he's got the money.
I mean, no, dude, trust me.
And to shove it to Roger Goodell.
Not even that. I mean, they're big in Chicago. They have their own bar and restaurant here.
We've been to the bar. It's a good bar.
Honestly, Carl, I never thought about that, but like,
yeah, there we go.
I mean, if they have enough money,
Dave, get Big Cat on the line.
Barstool Arena, yeah, and that'd be a huge thing. Okay, that's not bad. Not bad. I'll give you credit for that.
Okay, so on that high note, let's move on. We're gonna stick with the Bears. The draft, the combine is this weekend. What do you want to see the Bears do in the draft that would make you excited?
Well, we don't have a first round pick, so.
That's true. We are picked not 39.
Second round. So, I mean, I think it's evident we need a secondary and a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Secondary
and line.
Yeah, but more a secondary. Our secondary is so bad. Like, you don't understand how bad our secondary is. We have Kendall Vildor. Like, I'm sorry, but that ain't gonna work. We both know that, Carl. Come on. No, I really like God, what's his name? He's the secondary out of Cincinnati.
It's not Sauce Gardner.
No, it's the other guy, Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
He's a really good player. I was actually able to watch him play against Notre Dame. Unfortunately, he played very well.
I was gonna say Sauce Gardner. No, he's going.
Sauce Gardner is going in like top 10, maybe top 15.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
No, his name is, I believe, from my understanding, his name is Kobe Bryant. Secondary.
I've heard of him, yeah.
Yeah, secondary out of the University of Cincinnati. I think he's a good fit. I like his attitude. I like his mindset. But here's the one thing I will say, and I truly believe this for the Bears. If Chris Olave,
oh yeah, I was gonna say it.
If he is available, they will go for him. But my thing is like, let's say you don't go for Olave, you go for a secondary. You can still get David Bell in that third round. You know, so like
possibly.
I think if he could, I would like to get him I like a secondary. But I will say, if Chris Olave is there, I can easily see them going for that pick easily.
The thing is, you said all three guys I was going to say. I was going to say Kobe Bryant. I was going to say David Bell.
Well, yeah, it's pretty evident. It's pretty evident who the Bears seem to go for, you know.
If we had to trade up to try to get Chris Olave, I say we do it. Get that Ohio State.
I understand about the Ohio State connection, but I don't know about trading up.
Why not?
Because, I mean, we're going to have to get rid of another pick this year. Why don't we keep our picks for once? I don't think Chris Olave is a generational talent. I get it. He's from
He
Ohio
could be.
State. I get it. He's from Ohio State. But I think David Bell is better than Chris Olave.
What? No.
I just think Chris Olave is a better fit because of Fields. But if both of them went to different colleges, I would take David Bell.
Well, there's this wide receiver group is so stacked. I've seen some people have Olave as the number 1 receiver, and I've had him as low as the number 7 receiver. But that's just what it is.
And we're talking about a draft, just want to send out a good luck and congratulations to my boy Kyle Hamilton, safety out of Notre Dame. He's going to be a top 5 pick.
Apparently, he's the best athlete in the draft.
That's right. I'm very, very excited.
People are calling him a generational talent that you're going to get at 3.
He is. I was blessed to watch him play at Notre Dame for 3 years. One of the best players I've ever seen. Probably the best defensive player since Antiteo, maybe. I mean, and that with that status, I guess I should say, because there's a lot of great players that came out of Notre Dame defensively. But no, very excited for Kyle Hamilton. I wish he wasn't that good, so he would come back for his senior year, but he's so good. And, it sucked to see him get hurt this year, but no, I'm glad to see him. He should be the number 1 pick, but
but Trevor Lawrence.
The Jets are taking him at number 3. So that's my prediction is he's going 3rd to the Jets. And props to him, man. When you come out of Notre Dame, you're a man, and we love to see it.
Yeah. So good luck to him. He's going to go number 3 to the Jets. So let's move on. Baseball. We got some news. Yesterday, we almost had news. We are filming this at 11:30 on Monday or Tuesday. They have a 5 p.m. deadline before they can cancel games. We were up till 3:30 in the morning waiting for a result, but they ended up saying they're gonna wait till today to try and end it, but we don't know. As of right now, they came together for a couple things, but apparently they're still far apart on some things. So we just got to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, this is back and forth. I think the biggest thing was that the format was agreed on 12 games or 12 teams. That was the biggest thing. The owners wanted 14. And the players wanted 12, and the players got 12. I think the players are kind of being a little bit petty now. I think the owners have done a good job, like trying to meet the player standards. So it's not that easy, obviously. So, I think it's just I don't know, because
I just want baseball. I'm happy that
I think owners know it. And we know it, obviously. If there's not a full season, there is no season.
Yeah.
Because these players aren't going to get paid their full salaries.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I think there's such like an abundant rush on this, because I think owners are realizing, and probably players have told them, like, we're not playing if it's a half season, if we're not going to get full salaries. If they're getting full salaries, then they would play. But yeah, there's, when you think of summer, you think of baseball. And, I joked about this, how I'm going to have to go watch the KBO now. But it would suck if there was no baseball, especially for White Sox fans. They're a really good team, World Series contenders. And
okay, let's start off there.
For that, and I'm not talking about the White Sox in general. There's still a lot of good free agents available.
Yeah.
And, Correa, Kershaw, Freddie Freeman, Castellanos, Michael Conforto, like Carlos for the White Sox. Like, there are so many good players available still. And like, spring training starts right after this. People need to realize that. So these deals are going to have to be made, and within a week probably, or these players might not even, play on time. So
yeah, it's crazy. But next week, hopefully, there's a deal made by the next episode we make. So we'll keep in touch on that. You can
by the next episode, we'll know if there's a season or not. Probably.
You can also check out our new Twitter page, Sky City Boys with 2 S's. Go ahead, check that out. Give us a follow. We're going to be giving our takes, retweeting what people are saying, and we'll keep you up to date there. But Jack, let's go on to our top 5. You had a great idea this week. What subject were you doing?
Trying to do since it's March, it's beautiful. It's March out, the month of St. Patrick's Day. It's the month of also Ash Wednesday, which is tomorrow. It's also the month of I don't even know, spring break for everyone, and daylight saving times begins. But also, the NCAA March Madness begins. And one of my favorite times of the year, also because Illinois is letting bettors register through their phones now.
Oh, really?
Yep, starting March 5th. You don't have to go if you haven't, because this pertains to me.
Yeah, you don't need a bookie anymore.
Exactly. Well, when I'm not in Indiana. So yeah, so now I can bet, because I'm recently 21, but I've never been able to bet in Illinois because of the rules. But yep, March 5th, they are making it to that. But also March Madness. A couple of games left. I think 2 games are left in the regular season for the men's, and then conference tournaments out. Conference tournaments are actually starting this weekend for some teams. But for like the big conferences, those are next week. But it's an exciting time, and there's a huge disparity between college basketball this year. I believe the top 6 teams for the first time in history lost on the same day.
Saturday, yeah.
And as we enter today, the top 3 teams are Gonzaga, Arizona, and Baylor. Also have Duke in there. You have Auburn. So a lot of those blue blood schools are in there. But a lot of schools that, maybe we don't talk about enough. You have Providence in there. You have Houston. They're usually up there. You have a UCLA, a UConn, St. Mary's, Illinois, Murray State, Ohio State, Iowa, Alabama. So a lot of teams. And the biggest thing we're going to talk about today for a couple minutes is right now, I know there's a lot of time left and we'll probably have this conversation again, but who is our top 3 teams in order that we think will win the NCAA?
We're doing top 3 only.
Top 3. Top 5's a lot for him. Come on, that's just asking. That's too easy.
Okay.
We're going to do top 3. See, this is what we're going to do in the NCAA tournament. We're going to do our final pick. One team we're going to pick once the bracket comes out. But for right now, we'll do top 3.
Okay.
So you can either start with the team you think is going to win the most in your 3, or you think your team that's going to win the least in your 3.
Okay. I'll go 3, 2, 1.
Okay, Carl.
3, 2, 1. Number 3, I think Villanova. My bad. Villanova. They're always going to be contending, no matter what.
Okay, Villanova from Philadelphia.
Settle down. So how about you? Number 3?
Number 3, I'm gonna go Duke. I think Duke has one of the best players in the country in Paolo Banchero. It's his Coach K's final year. A lot on the line. I think Duke actually has 5 players that are going to be drafted this year. What is, in my opinion, a weak draft class, but I'll take Duke on number 3. I think they have an easy chance on winning it, but I can see 2 other teams that, in my opinion, are going to win it.
I got to change mine because I had Duke at 2.
Why does that matter? Who cares?
Because we're going to have the same number 1.
No, we're not. We're not going to have the same one.
I'm gonna go with Baylor at number 2.
Okay, that's interesting. Is there why?
Huh?
Do you have a reason?
I like Baylor. I'm not a big college basketball guy, but I see them as the number 3 right now.
This guy's, it's all right.
I'm not a big college basketball guy. What can I say?
I don't know how you're not. At number 2, I'm gonna go Kentucky.
Whoa, where are they? They're number 7. Okay.
Kentucky is one of the best players in the country, and Oscar Tabiwishi. He averages 17 points and 15 rebounds a game. If you look at his stats, Carl, he's pretty ridiculous. His last game, he put up 30 points and 18 rebounds on 3.
Oh, fuck.
So, and they have a great point guard in Ty Washington Jr. Really good player, can shoot the ball, drive inside. They also have Keon Brooks Jr., who's from Indiana, from Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Okay.
So I'm John Calipari, one of the best coaches, obviously. I think Kentucky can sneak in. I'll give them the number 2 slot.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna put Gonzaga number 1.
Right.
They got they got Chet, right?
Yeah, Chet.
Yeah, they got Chet Holmgren, who
And Drew Timme.
probably gonna go number 1 still. Still gonna go number 1, even though I know he's not scoring well, or I know he's not scoring efficiently, right? But I think he's still gonna have the potential to be the number 1 overall pick, and whoever gets him, probably Detroit or Houston or OKC.
Chet averages 14 points a game.
Yeah,
but he also averages 4 blocks a game.
Oh shit, that might be Anthony Davis stuff back when he was in Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna set him over the top in this tournament. I think he's gonna have probably a Ja Morant type tournament. You remember how Ja at Murray State?
Interesting.
I think he could have that kind of performance. I can see him putting up 20 points a game in the tournament.
Wow. All right. Number 1 for me is the Purdue Boilermakers.
Oh my God.
Okay. Hear me out. You gotta hear me out.
At least you didn't do Georgetown.
But they're not even in a tournament. But Jaden Ivey is going to be a lottery pick in this year's draft. Freakishly athletic, almost like Ja Morant. 17.3 points a game. Really good player. They have the Yao Ming of college basketball, and Zach Edey, a 7'4" center and 295 pounds. He averages 15 points and 8 rebounds. And then they have off the bench one of the best forwards in the country, and Trevion Williams. He's a really terrific basketball player, 6'10", from Chicago. And they have a local region product in Sasha Stefanovic with the Crown Point High School. Really good shooter, sharp shooter. And, I think I've always liked this Purdue team this year. Actually, I put money on them to win the national championship when the season started. And
look at you.
And I'm still rolling with that. I really like this team. And I think when you got a center like Zach Edey, 7'4", you got a guard that can, really change the game like Jaden Ivey. I really think that can go a long way. I think, a lot of teams that are good have centers. It's the question is what center is going to be most effective, because don't forget about Illinois. They have Kofi Cockburn, who's one of the best centers in the country as well.
I was just going to shout him out. He might win the Naismith Award this year.
Yeah, he might honestly.
The Wooden Award. My bad. The Wooden Award, the best player.
He's having a hell of a year. But so I'll go Purdue 1, Kentucky at 2, and Duke 3. So a lot of those.
And then I got Gonzaga, Baylor, and Villanova.
So basically, you have the national championship rematch from last year. And then if I'm correct.
What was it last year?
Yeah, remember Gonzaga and Baylor, they were in the national championship.
Oh, I don't remember last year.
Well, we were at the Cubs game, Carl, when I was going in.
Oh.
When they
Wait, what? No, we weren't.
Yes, we were when they played the Brewers.
Was that?
Yes, that was like April 5th. It was the first week of baseball.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
You had the tickets from your SeatGeek account.
Yeah.
And we went, and they lost.
Okay.
The Brewers lost, unfortunately.
That
was a nice night.
It was a great time. But that's gonna end it for us in this episode. I'm Carl Liza. That is Jack Thiel. We are the Shy City Boys. Check us out on Twitter at Shy City Boys. 2 S's at the end of boys. And we'll catch you next week.